welcome back to Clean with Kate. It's Friday evening. It's been quite a chaotic day. Well, actually, it's been quite a nice day as well. We've been over to our holiday property that we rent out, just doing a bit of deep cleaning, just checking the property over, dealing with the rubbish. It's been a nice day. It's actually been a lovely sunny day here in Norfolk. So we've fitted in, this morning I just worked at my desk job, and then this afternoon we've been over to the holiday let. So now it's actually quite late. We've got back and I need to do some housework. So anyway, welcome to my Friday evening routine. Golly, I do need to find somewhere to keep these. They've been sat here since I bought them. I'm trying to decide where to keep them. I love them, but I just need to keep them somewhere where they're out of the way. But they've been sat on my prep table now for quite some time. Anyway, I'm just going to start, because it's Friday evening, by making a cocktail. So, that's my Friday evening treat. Part of my Friday evening routine is to have a treat. So tonight, I haven't decided yet if it's going to be a mocktail or a cocktail, but I think it's going to be a cocktail. So, let's have get lots of ice in. And I keep dropping the ice on the floor. Oh well, 5-minute rule. I'm going to fill my glass with ice. I've already put a couple of things in, and I need to refill the ice cube trays actually. I also need to deal with these things that came in earlier in the week. So, I might do that next. Anyway, how's your week been? Have you had a good week? Are you managing to keep on top of things? I'm feeling a little overwhelmed this week. It has been quite a crazy week. If you've watched any of my earlier videos, you'll know what I'm talking about. But this evening, normally on a... Whoa! Have I got water all over the camera? Normally on a Friday evening, or Friday morning actually, I would do my Freshen Up Friday routine. But I didn't get round to it this morning. Things were just really crazy. Busy. So I haven't done it. So it's not been a good week for me, housework-wise. Because I didn't get my weekly home blessing done this week either. Anyway, what I'm doing now, my husband's cooking dinner, and dinner's probably going to be about 40 minutes. So I thought I would get some of the jobs done that I haven't got done during the week. So I'm just dealt with that. So I've emptied all those sort of things that were full of water, and then the plastics can go in the bin. I don't know, are these recyclable? Don't recycle, it says on them. So they need to go in the bin. Let's get them all sorted and get them in the bin. I'll try not to move too quickly so I don't make you dizzy. So that's going in there. Good, that's one of the things off my to-do list done. Right, I'm going to make myself a lovely cocktail next. So what I'm doing is, as it's Friday, I'm treating myself and I'm having my favourite cocktail. Let me just... Sorry, you're in too close, aren't you? Apologies, you've probably not been able to see very much. I'm making a limoncello spritz. So, to make a limoncello spritz, you have two double measures of limoncello. It's quite a strong cocktail. It's definitely a Friday night cocktail. Limoncello is not a high alcohol. It's 25% alcohol by volume. I don't think that's quite as high as Aperol. I think Aperol is higher. And then I've got some cheap Prosecco. It's not worth it. You don't need to use expensive Prosecco for this. Just the cheapest. I think this is a Lidl Prosecco. So, oh, I've not got enough Prosecco left. Oh no, I might have to open another bottle. That's a pain, isn't it? Okay, let's pop that in the recycling. I don't like opening Prosecco. I find it quite scary. That's just me. What have I got in here? That is a Prosecco, but that's a Waitrose Prosecco. That's definitely a more expensive Prosecco. Just going in the fridge to see what we've got. Have we only got more? Oh my goodness, this is turning into a bit of a nightmare. The fridge is quite full. I might have to ask my husband to open a bottle for me. Just bear with me. We treated ourselves to a Waitrose Prosecco. Recently we had a trip to Waitrose for a treat. That's the only place locally that sells limoncello. I don't think this is a particularly expensive one, so hopefully it'll be okay for my cocktails. So I'm going back into the smaller kitchen. Oh, and there's nobody in here. It's very dark in here. Apologies. I've got my twinkly lights on. I'm just going through into the main house now. you open a bottle for me, please? Could you... I know, I've drunk it all. Could you open the bottle? I'm scared of I'm scared of opening Prosecco. And while he's doing that, I'm just going to put some lights on because it's really dark. You can tell autumn is really drawing in. And actually, while he's doing that, I'm going to go into the conservatory and I'm going to shut the door because the evenings are getting so cold now. I'm going to shut this door. Oh, other one first. Golly, I still haven't done my conservatory tidy up this week. I think that's going to have to wait for the weekend. I don't think I'm going to get that done tonight, but I'm shutting the door to keep the warm in. So, just go out of this room. Please accept my apologies if I'm making you a bit dizzy walking around the house. It wasn't part of what I'd planned to do on this video.
Your bottle is open, madam.
Thank you. My butler has opened my bottle. Wherever you are, brilliant. Okay, so here's the kitchen. It's actually halfway through cooking, so it's quite messy at the moment. Right, so I'm making myself a Friday night treat. While he's actually cooking, but he's also watching telly. So I'm back into the main kitchen. Although he is actually cooking in the little kitchen tonight. Right, let's put some Prosecco. I think I've got one measure in, but I need 2 more. So basically, the recipe for this cocktail, my Friday night cocktail, is 2 double measures of limoncello, and then 2 double measures of Prosecco. And then you top it up with soda water. And I'm going to put quite a lot of soda water in because I want a long drink. Because I haven't had my dinner yet, I don't want to get too tipsy. I wonder if you can make a mocktail version of this because it would be absolutely lovely. All right, and what I'm going to do next, I'm going to deal with my laundry. Bringing my cocktail in here. And you know what? I might set a timer because it's Friday night. I don't want to do too much housework tonight. So let's set a timer for 10 minutes and see how we get on. Right, this is laundry that got washed today. There's quite a lot of laundry that's waiting to be ironed. Oh, I might have to do some ironing while dinner's cooking, actually. I've got such a backlog. Do you know what? I think this week, I've overwhelmed myself by putting pressure on myself to actually iron the bedding. I think that's just too much for me this week. So do you know what? I'm going to say I'm not ironing the bedding. I'm just putting the bedding away in this basket to go upstairs. I think it's just this week, I've got too much on. I'm not going to iron the bedding. Good, decision made. Because look, I've actually got quite a lot of ironing to do. We seem to have got through a lot of clothes this week that need ironing. I think it's because we had a trip to see my daughter in London. Then my husband normally wears jeans, but I think because we were going to London, he actually decided not to wear jeans. And he wore sort of these trousers that require ironing. Jeans don't really require a lot of ironing. Right, let me get the laundry. Oh my goodness, that's so heavy. I think I might have to split this into 2 baskets. It's really heavy. So let's put the t-shirt in there. And I need a basket for me as well. I'm not going to iron all these t-shirts. It's just too much, I think, at the moment. I'm just going to be kind to myself and reduce the amount of ironing I have to do. So there's his laundry basket and here's my laundry basket. Right, I'm just going to start processing the laundry. Part of my Freshen Up Friday every week is to deal with the laundry. So I try and get the house so it's not looking like laundry for the weekend. So I spend 10 minutes on each of my 3 Freshen Up Friday tasks, and one of them is laundry. And it's mainly folding laundry and putting laundry away. So, good. Oh, golly, what have I put that in there for? This is all my clean laundry, and this all needs to go upstairs and go away. I think I've already got 2 baskets of laundry actually waiting to go away upstairs. So I'm a little behind on the laundry this week. So if we have time, I think before dinner, I might actually, oh God, I keep putting things in the wrong baskets. I'm not really fully focused, am I? It's been a long day and I'm quite tired. What time is it? It's actually 7:15. I still haven't dealt with my shopping. That's the only problem. I had a lovely time in London. shopping, but then I haven't actually dealt with put the stuff away that I bought. So I did buy, what did I buy? I can't actually remember what's in there, but I do need to deal with it. Right, okay, so, but anyway, I'm going to stay focused. I'm not going to get distracted by the shopping. And I'm just going to deal with putting laundry away. So there we go. There's the socks all put into the basket. What else do I need to deal with? That isn't dry. This is dry, so this can go into my basket. Whoops, I've managed to take a piece off the sock area. Good. Okay, there's another pair of socks. So they can go in the basket, and another thing on here. So that's an empty area, wonderful. I've got 2 empty areas now. I'm going to reorganise the areas in here. I think I'm going to do this before I have my drink, because once I have my drink, I think I'll want to relax. I think the drink should be the reward. I probably shouldn't have made it until I've done all the laundry, actually. So, I think I only did 1 load of laundry today. Yes, I did. So I don't think I have to unload any more machines. I unloaded this morning. Right, how much have we got to deal with in here? This bedding is going to be too heavy in here, so I'm going to split it. So I've now got 3 baskets of laundry that need to go upstairs. God, that is quite a lot of laundry, isn't it? I've also got the stuff over here that I need to deal with. So those socks can probably go upstairs. I've got quite a lot of woolies that I've washed, and they need to go away in a different area of the house. They need to go in my sort of woolly area where they're boots, socks and hats and gloves, things that I'll need for winter. Okay, I think this could probably go down. So I'm going to put this area down, because otherwise the house does end up looking like a laundry. And I'd like it for the weekend to look a little bit less like a laundry and more like a house. And sorry about the noise. I'm really hoping my husband might take some of these baskets upstairs for me, because they are heavy. I might do a bit of ironing while dinner's cooking. Ooh, that'd be nice, actually. Get a bit of this ironing done. So, what I might do is, since I'm in the mood, I might switch the iron on and do a bit of the ironing. That'd be a good thing. These baskets need to go back to the other messy utility room. And if I get these ironing baskets empty, it'd be really nice. Let's split them. So, there's too much in that one. Let's split them into 2. Makes it seem more manageable. Okay, I have 2 baskets of laundry. That is my threshold. That is the signal to me that says you've got to do the ironing. When it gets to 2 baskets full, that is it. I haven't got any more baskets for ironing. So I either have to put the stuff away without ironing it, or I have to iron. Oh, my cable's a bit tangled. Let me just untangle my cable. Let's plug it in. Anyway, what are you doing this Friday evening? This isn't what I'd planned to do. I had planned to have a sort of date night, but it hasn't actually worked out like that, has it? But you know what? He's cooking, so I feel like if I do this, it's good. Why should I sit down and watch telly when he's cooking? It seems a little unfair, doesn't it? So I'm going to do what I can do in the time that I have. So let's fill up the iron with water. Let's have a chat. I love our ironing chats. I'm going to switch the iron on. Stand well back. I've got stuff that needs to go back to the kitchen. I don't think this is dry yet. It's not. I do need to deal with all these woolies tomorrow. I've been procrastinating on that. Do you know what? In fact, I could deal with them while the iron's heating up. So they're definitely dry. I just need to pair, and they can go in this basket because they're not going upstairs. They're actually going, they stay downstairs. I've got a drawer for woolies because actually I want them when I'm walking the dogs. Yeah, I need warm things, and these are my Pilates socks, so they need to go in near my Pilates mat. These wool socks were a gift from my daughter last Christmas. They're absolutely lovely. And my husband was given these wool hats by my daughter, I think, as well, and my son. So he will need those soon. The weather is cooling down. Are they my socks or his socks? I can't tell. They're another pair of boot socks. So it's not going to be long, I don't think, before we need these lovely warm things. So, oh, I've lost one of the gloves. I've only got one glove anyway. Okay, that's done. Right, I think this iron's probably warmed up. Let's move the water over here and I'll have a quick sip of my drink. I'm glad I diluted it down. Anyway, happy Friday. I'm going to do a little bit of ironing. I'm not going to do too much, but I'm going to do a bit. Hopefully I won't burn myself. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure it's a good idea to drink a cocktail and iron at the same time. But we shall find out. Hopefully it'll be okay. I may save the cocktail actually. I've only got 2 minutes left on my timer, so I may need to reset my timer. This is an absolutely beautiful vintage skirt that I bought on an antiques fair during the summer. The only downside to it, it's actually a very good colour for autumn, so I'm looking forward to wearing this on a sort of sunnier day like today was. It'll be a lovely skirt to wear. The only downside to it is it's not hand... Is it hand wash only? I think it is hand wash only. So I had to wait until I did a wool wash to wash it. But it is absolutely beautiful. I love the colours. I think it's a 1970s skirt, so it's sort of retro stroke vintage. I'll have a look at the label in a minute. But it's one of my best buys of the year. It was really good value on the vintage fair as well. I think it was a vintage clothes dealer and she was having a sale. And it was such good value. I think it was about £4, which is just crazy really, isn't it? It's that absolutely beautiful wrap skirt. I absolutely adore it. I've worn it lots over the summer. And in fact, if it hadn't been hand wash only, it would have got worn even more, but it's been waiting until I had a full load of wool wash. Because luckily my washing machine has a wool wash setting, which is really good for hand wash items. And which I've used lots and lots of times to wash silk and hand wash items and wool. It's really, really good. So yes, if you've got delicates, if you use the wool wash on you also have to buy special wool washing liquid, or hand wash liquid. It's really, really, really good for washing things like this. This skirt's come up beautifully. I've just had my 1 minute warning. I actually love this timer. It gives you a 1 minute warning, which I really like. My other timers don't do that. This is my new favourite timer. Yes, you know, if you've watched any of my videos, you'll know I absolutely love a timer. Anyway, I want to know what you've been doing this week. Are you on top of things? Are you having a good week, or are you having a bit of an overwhelmed week? Oh my goodness, I just talk about getting distracted. I've just looked up at my dresser and I have some caps on my dresser that I bought recently. And they still have the price labels on. That was from my trip to TK Maxx. Do you know what? I think I might have to take a little break after this and just take the labels off. Because they're a bit silly. Right, where's the make of this skirt? I was going to show you the maker's label, but I don't think it's got one on. It must have a label. Otherwise, how did I know it was hand wash only? I'm going to reset that. And it's going again for 10 minutes. Okay, it's Anmol is the make. And it says hand wash separately. Showing you the label. Hand wash separately, warm 40 degrees, cold rinse, drip dry, cool iron. Whoops, I just did a hot iron. But you know what? It's washed it absolutely beautifully on what I've done on the wool cycle. And I have ironed it with a hot iron and it's come up really beautifully. It's such a beautiful skirt. It's one of my favourites. Probably my favourite skirt I've bought this year. And for the bargain price of £4. I don't know anything about that make. I think I did Google it actually. I think it's a 70s skirt. I think it was labelled as a retro 70s skirt. It was one of my best buys this summer. I very rarely buy clothes new. I tend to buy them either in charity shops or vintage fairs. So I very rarely pay more than sort of £5 for an item. This is another of my thrifting purchases. This is, what is it? Who's it made by? It's a New Look dungaree dress. I love this little dungaree dress. I wear it all the time. In fact, it's actually on my profile picture on YouTube. I'm in this little dungaree dress with a pair of black leggings, and I love wearing this with black leggings. When I went to London, this was the outfit that I took with me, and I basically lived in it. And I felt very relaxed in it. And I wore a pair of black sort of trainers with it. It was great. It's a really practical little outfit. I do like my clothes to be practical and functional, but I also like to feel comfortable in what I'm wearing. And I love this little dungaree dress. It's really versatile. It's a really good one to wear to the gym because you just sling it on over your leggings and your t-shirt and you're off. Obviously, it's too short to wear on its own, but it's great over leggings. Right, I'm on to my other favourite. Oh, golly, all my favourites are in the wash again. I love these little camisoles. This is a little jigsaw camisole. They are such a good little investment piece. I've had this one probably for 20 years or more. If you ever see jigsaw camisoles available secondhand, always buy them. They are absolutely wonderful. And actually they're worth buying new. They're just such versatile little things to wear. If you're young and gorgeous, you can wear them just with a skirt or with trousers, and yeah, they look amazing. As you get older, they make a nice vest to wear under things. I've just had them for so long now. I've been wearing those little camisoles now for over 20 years, maybe more, maybe a lot longer actually. I first discovered jigsaw when I was probably 18, and I would treat myself occasionally to one. It's a brand that I've stuck by for a long time, but actually the main items I buy from them is the camisoles. I think it is one of their best selling and most item that they've been selling for the longest. You can't go wrong with a jigsaw camisole. Right, they're little camisole vests with the lace. They're absolutely beautiful. And they wash well, they iron well. All right, I'm on to my t-shirts now. Oh my goodness. Every week, these t-shirts are in my laundry. Again, another of my total favourites. My little H&M white t-shirts. I love these little t-shirts. They're so versatile and they're such good value. I am a fan of H&M. It's one of my favourite shops to go to actually, because it's such good value and you can always find something in H&M. And they wash well, they iron well, and they just fit well. I like the fact they put lycra in their cotton t-shirts, which just makes them fit really nicely. I don't particularly like baggy t-shirts. I like my t-shirts to fit me. I think I'm of an age now where if I wear baggy things, it just makes me look a little strange, like I've completely lost the plot or given up. I think younger people can wear baggy things, but as you get older, I think they're better if they're a bit fitted. And although having said that, the last week I've been living, oh my goodness, I've been living in my dungarees that I bought in a charity shop. I bought a couple of pairs of dungarees this year in charity shops, and I love them. Now the weather's gone cooler, I've been wearing my dungarees. So I've actually got a pair on today, and I'm just really enjoying them. I do feel like rather an overgrown toddler, but I've just and they are quite baggy, but I'm actually really enjoying them. So I'm wearing them with one of my little H&M white t-shirts over the top, underneath. But I just feel, I don't know, I feel happy in them. They're so comfortable, they're so practical, and I just love wearing them. It's my new favourite autumn outfit. Actually today I was shopping in town and just gone in for some bread, and I bumped into a lady dressed almost identically to me, and we just had a giggle together. It was so funny. We were both dressed in a white t-shirt and a pair of dungarees, and we both got it completely. They're just relaxed, they're comfortable. Yeah, I'm happy with I love my dungarees. When I bought them in the charity shop, I wasn't sure because I hadn't worn dungarees since I was probably in my 20s. And I was thinking, oh, is it something I can still do at my age? But you know what? I absolutely love them. And I feel good in them. I just feel relaxed and just in my happy place. All right. And I'm getting the ironing done as well while I'm talking to you about all my thrifting purchases. Oh my goodness, and here we have yet another jigsaw camisole. These are such gorgeous little things. Look, I'll just show you the label so you can... They're 90% modal and 8% elastane. I don't actually know what that means, but they are just such great little things. And probably the thing that I wear more than anything else in my wardrobe. I wear them all year round. I probably need to treat myself actually. I haven't had a new to me jigsaw camisole in quite a long time because I have so many of them already. And I do buy them whenever I see them. If I ever, which is rare. To be fair, you very rarely see these in a charity shop. But you do find them on eBay and Vinted. So if you're looking for one, I recommend eBay and Vinted. But I don't think I've ever seen one in a charity shop. They are such great little things. I think people very rarely get rid of them. And if they do, they probably put them on Vinted or eBay because they are very sought after. Golly, I don't think I'm going to iron this. It's not liking the iron. It's really not liking the iron. I can feel the iron sticking to it. So I think the iron is too hot. This little jumper, I'm just going to pop it up here. This is another thrifting find. What make is it? Let's have a look at the label. Oh, I don't know. I think it might be H&M actually. Long Tall Sally. That's interesting. I didn't know that. So I bought this really cute little pink jumper in a charity shop. And it's good for me because it's long in the body and I'm quite long in the body. So that's probably why I like it so much. I didn't know it's from Long Tall Sally, but actually the hot iron is too much for it. I could feel the iron sticking to it. So what I need to do is give that a quick iron at the end when I switch the iron off. So for now, I'm just going to keep going with the cotton t-shirts. Do you know, I'm actually finding doing the ironing quite relaxing. Although I haven't done the rest of my freshen up Friday. Oh, golly, talk about sidetracked. I still need to vacuum and mop. I might have to do it on Saturday this week. Maybe I'll get up early and do it tomorrow. Do you know, I did think about getting up really early this morning. I woke up at 4 a.m. and I thought, oh, I really should get up and do some housework. But it's been quite a stressful week. And I think at the moment my body just needs to sleep. So I actually just made the decision not to get up at 4 a.m. but to sleep. And actually I slept until 7:15, which is good for me. I'm usually up by 6. But at the moment I just feel like I need extra sleep. My body says to me, you need the sleep. And maybe because it's getting darker in the mornings, it is getting harder to wake up. I don't really like getting up in the dark. And if I get up at 4 a.m, I'll be in the dark for quite a long time. Over summer, I can do that quite easily. It feels right. But winter, I think I need more sleep. What do you think? How do you find the change in the lights is affecting you? Right. Do you find it's getting harder for you to wake up? I have actually this week, I have switched my alarm clock off. Because we'd had quite a stressful week, early start to the week. I felt we both needed to take a bit of extra time in bed to recuperate. So I haven't had my alarm set this week and I have been sleeping until about 7 a.m, which seems to be my natural wake-up time at the moment. I wake up at 4 a.m. and I think, oh, it's too dark, I can't face getting up yet. And then I go back to sleep and wake up at about 7 a.m, naturally. So I think maybe over the weekend I'm going to keep with this routine. And then next week I'm probably going to get back into my normal, setting my alarm for 6 a.m. I've just had a 1-minute warning. So that's my second lot of 15 minutes. And actually, look at this. I have actually got quite a lot done. Have I emptied the 2 baskets? No, I haven't. But dinner's not ready yet. So I might keep going. I'll see how I feel when the timer goes. But you know what? I am starting to get tired. Maybe I should just rest. Or maybe I should go and vacuum. Have a change of activity. I could still get a Freshen Up Friday done, couldn't I? That's a tricky one. But this laundry has been bugging me. I've been waking up at 4 a.m. thinking I should go and do my ironing. That's not a good feeling. So maybe I'll just keep going with the ironing. Right, I'm going to just stop the time. I'm going to reset one more go. Because normally, my Freshen Up Friday would be 3 lots of 10 minutes. But maybe I just need to get the ironing done so I can sleep and relax for the weekend. Knowing, because there's always going to be more laundry coming. But also my favourite clothes are in the laundry. And we have a good weather forecast. And my little vests are all in the laundry. And actually I'd like to top up my vitamin D before we go into winter. This might be my last chance. In the UK we have a really good forecast for tomorrow, I think. It's been absolutely beautiful today. and sunny, and I would like to get out in the sunshine and get a bit of skin out in the sunshine. Right, this area is getting very full. I'm going to go around the back now because I haven't put any on the back. Okay, look, so I'm just going to step back. Look what I've done. I'm so proud of myself. Look at all that ironing. And I'm ironing all my favourite things. So it makes me happy. Ironing definitely makes me happy. I found this is it's a good way of, because I love all these clothes, it makes me happy to iron them. It's quite a joyful experience for me. It's like ironing therapy. So if you could, I think if you could find ways to make your house chores fun, then it just doesn't feel like a chore anymore. It feels like a treat. I must admit, I have got a cocktail. Maybe that's helping. And I must admit, I love this little timer. And also, I love my clothes, which is a bit strange, isn't it? But maybe that's the secret. Maybe not have things in your wardrobe that you don't feel good about. Maybe that's what I need to do, is probably do a bit of decluttering. And the clothes that don't spark joy in me need to go. So that when I come to do my laundry or my ironing, it sparks joy in me. Because there's so many clothes in my wardrobe that never get to see the light of day because they just don't spark joy in me. I do need to do a radical declutter. Some of the clothes that I'm hanging on to, because I used to love them, or they used to fit me and they don't fit me anymore, and I still love them but they don't fit me. Those clothes probably need to go, although I do think, they might fit me again. So I have clothes in a range of sizes, like most women probably. I have a range of sizes from larger to smaller sizes because my weight has fluctuated over the years. But sometimes maybe what I need to do is just let some of the sizes that don't fit me go. Or maybe look for the same item of clothing on eBay or somewhere, or vintage, but in the right size. I have this problem at the moment with shoes. I have a lot. My feet have grown. My feet have grown 1.5 sizes. I think it's because a friend told me it's probably because my arches have collapsed, which is a really jolly thought, isn't it? But I have so many beautiful shoes, many trainers and plimsolls, but shoes that I really love wearing, but I used to love wearing, but they just don't fit me. They're not comfortable anymore. And I am finding it hard letting go of them, but it's just so silly, isn't it? They just don't fit me. I've got 3 pairs that at least 3 pairs that I need to now let go. Well, actually, it'd be nice having the space back in the shoe cupboard. And it gives an opportunity for other shoes to come into my life. And also, somebody else will have the joy, if I donate them to a charity shop, somebody else will have the joy of finding them in the charity shop and thinking, what a beautiful pair of shoes. And the charity shop benefits, I benefit, because I have all the joy of donating them, and somebody else has the joy of finding them. So that I've got to let. This week I did take a big bag of stuff to the charity shop, and it's a nice feeling, isn't it? It's a nice feeling thinking that somebody else is going to have the joy of finding the things that you've discarded. Because I love a charity shop. I love going to charity shops. I bought this beautiful pinny recently, second hand, and it's a sort of Cath Kidston pinny from probably, I don't know, it's one of the older ones when they were sort of really nice quality. So I'm really pleased with this Cath Kidston pinny. I love it. And I bought that second hand. Was it a charity shop or was it an antique centre? I think it may have been actually in an antique centre. But I've only bought it a couple of weeks ago. And I've worn it already, and it's been through the wash a few times. You may have seen it coming through the ironing several times. It's so pretty with these red poppies on. I love a floral print, and Cath Kidston does florals very well. I was so sad when the Cath Kidston shops closed. Because their pinnies, I just love their pinnies. I used to love a trip to a Cath Kidston for a pinny. A new pinny, it's something I regarded as a real treat. This is an absolutely beautiful Cath Kidston pinny as well. That's one of my favourites. I think it'll soon be time, unfortunately, to put my summer pinnies away. But I think we can keep them out for a bit longer. And then I'll have to go into more grungy colours to go with my more grungy autumn-winter colour outfits. Right, okay, another jigsaw camisole. and pale pink. These are my favourite. The pale pink ones are fantastic because they go under anything. They're not quite a skin colour, but they're not far off. So you can literally wear them under anything. Even in winter, I wear these ones. And actually, they are getting quite worn. So they are my favourites. In fact, I might move the pinnies onto a different. Might move them over here and keep the camisoles together. So that's now 3 camisoles I've ironed today. Going back for a t-shirt. Now we have a grey t-shirt making an appearance. Oh, that's a sign that autumn is coming. I've worn a grey t-shirt this week because we had some quite dull days. So as the weather changes, you'll see grey t-shirts making more of an appearance and the white t-shirts making less of an appearance in my ironing pile. It's another H&M t-shirt and it's actually a very practical little colour, this. Again, goes with a lot of things. I like neutrals on top, so I like to wear a lot of sort of florals on the bottom. Right, quick iron of that. I'm not being perfectionist about this. I'm just getting it done. Golly, look at my ironing. I'm so proud of myself. I've been procrastinating on this all week. Plus, I've got a lovely cocktail waiting here and I'm not drinking it. And that is my reward, I think, for when I finish. I at least want to finish one basket. I think if I finish one basket, I'll feel much better about things. Right. Do you plan a reward first when you've done a task that you've been putting off? Ironing is one. I have let the ironing pile up this week. But I've hit my threshold. My threshold with the ironing is when I've got 2 baskets full, I have to iron. That's how I motivate myself to do it because I know I can't get any more. Either that or just have to put stuff away unironed, which I have done actually today because I'd hit the threshold. All that bedding that I'd been planning to iron, I just haven't got round to. I did make a mistake. I tumble dried it and then I forgot to get it out of the tumble dryer and it is incredibly creased. I think worse than if I hadn't tumble dried it at all. I was experimenting with tumble drying. I think the knack with tumble drying with bedding is you've got to get it out straight away. And I forgot about it and left it in there probably for 24 hours. So by the time I remembered, it was very creased. That was a mistake. I'm just going to have a sip of my cocktail. I'm on to the last thing in the basket. Woohoo! Do you know what? I'm going to stack those baskets. So I know that I've done one. I don't want to put anything else in it. Right. And this is another favourite pinny. Another Kath Kidson. It's been in there a while, so I'm giving it a blast of steam. If you iron things when they're still a little bit damp, you don't need to give them extra steam. But you must always make sure that you put them on an airer, because if you put them away, if you iron them with steam, or when they're damp, you can't put them straight away or they will mould. They may mould. You need to put them on an airer so that the wetness comes out of them. But sometimes ironing when clothes are still damp is very much easier. That's why I'm having to put a bit of extra steam on this, because this has been waiting for some time to be ironed. Whew. Anyway, do you iron? I went for a long period in my life where I didn't do any ironing. I stopped ironing. Well, I stopped ironing about 11 years ago for a period of time when I was just really busy in my life and I didn't enjoy it and I was having to really motivate myself. And you know, I don't think anyone noticed. And then I started ironing a couple of years ago when I got this new utility room to do my ironing in. And I found, because I've got my ironing board always set up and I enjoy ironing, I love this room, then it's made it much easier. And I actually enjoy it. And I usually, if I'm not doing a video and talking to you, then I would have my laptop in here and I would watch Netflix. And usually I'd try and either watch a comedy or a drama. Oh, I love a drama. So I might choose something my husband wouldn't necessarily enjoy watching. I love a chick flick. Just something that I regard as a real treat. When you're ironing, you don't need all your bandwidth. So actually you can do other things at the same time. I know they say you shouldn't multitask, but definitely I can do ironing now on autopilot because I've done it for so long. I've been ironing now for over 40 years on and off. So I can do it, it's almost like driving on autopilot. You can listen, the way you can listen to a podcast or an audio, but when you're driving, I can watch a film when I'm ironing. And touch wood, I'm usually never burn myself, touch wood. Although this is a very big hot iron. Right, I've just ironed that pinny. Oh, I might iron this one as well. That pinnies are actually damp. I'm just resetting that. Golly, I'm doing well tonight, aren't I? I want to get these pinnies have been washed today and they're almost dry, but not quite. So it means that ironing them when they're damp, a little damp, is much easier, but actually I still need to use a bit of steam. This is one of my more autumny pinnies. It's slightly more grungy colours, even though it's a peony. This is a Sophie Allport pinny. Had this one a long time. This is their peonies pattern, which is one of my absolute favourites. I love this pinny. But it is a slightly more practical colour because it's grey, and it's one of the ones that I would probably wear more in autumn, winter and spring. Some of the very floral ones are my summer pinnies, but this is this is a good all-rounder, this one. A lot of the Sophie Allport pinnies do have a grey background, and it does actually mean they're more practical. The white ones, you have to be careful not to stain them, but this is a very practical colour. So my two favourite makes of pinnies are Sophie Allport and Cath Kidston. And in fact, I'm pretty loyal to those two. I would say they're the best. They wash the best and they last. If you've got any pinny recommendations, please let me know. I love a pinny or an apron. And I like ones that are sort of very practical. Okay, let's hang that up. Right. Do you know what? I'm going to iron my hoodie. Not my hoodie, my sweatshirt. This is my favourite sweatshirt to wear for yoga. Right, what is it? Oh, it says do not iron. No, it's do not tumble dry, not do not iron. I think this might need a cooler iron, so I'm going to turn my iron down now a little bit. I've been on a very hot. I'm going to turn it, sorry, so you can't see anything. I'm going to turn it down to 2. I'm going to just give it a minute to cool down. Golly, I've got more white t-shirts. Have another sip of my cocktail. I'm just going to quickly run the iron over this. I don't think it needs a lot of ironing, but I think it would benefit from, again, it's been in the laundry basket a little, not that long actually. I think it would benefit from a quick once over though, because I love this. I absolutely love this giant sweatshirt. Sometimes when you go to a yoga class, it can get quite cold. And it's just nice to have something really big to sling on if you get cold. I love yoga. I find it really therapeutic, really relaxing. Also good for Pilates as well, which I also love. What do you do? Do you do any exercise or relaxation? I like to do a combination of sort of weights, a little bit of cardio, and I like to do some stretching. So I like yoga and Pilates just because I've had a back problem for many years. And I find that the yoga and the Pilates really help with that. I'm going to iron my jumper now. Oh, my dinner's ready. Or maybe I'm not. Okay, I think I'm going to have to say bye-bye. That's a really good way to pass the time, wasn't it? Anyway, there's a little quick view of all my ironing that I've done, plus all the things I still need to deal with, but maybe that's a task for tomorrow. Anyway, thank you for joining me with the ironing. I've remembered to switch the iron off. Oh, I just need to remember to empty the iron. Because if you leave the water in the iron, what happens is the water goes mouldy, and then you end up with black marks on your clothes, which is never nice. So I'll just empty my iron. I'll put it there to air. I'm going to actually leave it open so it dries out. I'll leave it plugged in but switched off. Anyway, thank you for joining me. If you're enjoying the videos, please like, comment, subscribe. Any questions, I'm always happy to answer. Bye for now.